Hi, and welcome to Tea with Z, where we get a behind the scenes look at how our guests have been inspired to do the work that they do. Today, I have the pleasure to welcome Addison to talk about their new memoir, I Am Me.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's good to be here, Z.
Um, it's good to have you here. Now, I'd love if you could tell us more about your memoir.
Yeah, so a little bit about my memoir. So I titled it I Am Me. And it's just about me and the identities that I hold and how I've come to an understanding that, it's okay that I think differently and it's okay that, it's not the same as everyone else as long as it's as authentic as it needs to be for myself. It's okay. And that I'm me.
So, in your memoir, you introduce the identities that you hold. Could you name a few of them and tell us how they challenge you in your day-to-day life?
Yeah. So when uh in the beginning of my memoir, I talk a bit about the identities I hold, and a few of them that I name are that I'm black, I'm young, I'm trans, um and then I also mentioned that I have ADHD. And so the reason why is because those are kind of the biggest ones that I notice have an impact on my day-to-day life. It's usually the ones that a few of them are ones that people notice when they first look at me. Others are ones they get a chance to know when they get to know me. And so I think that they've just made it a challenge to figure out when I need to show up, in what way and how. And usually it ends up me figuring out how can I best fit everyone else instead of thinking about how I best can fit a situation.
It's interesting you say that because towards the end of your memoir, you talk about how there was a shift in the way you view your own way of processing and problem solving. Why exactly do you think it changed, and what has been the impact of that change?
Yeah, so you know, I the reason why that my processing and like how I view kind of my own thinking and problem solving has changed is because honestly I was inspired by a favorite childhood show of mine to really understand that, you know, it doesn't matter how many times people are telling you how to do what you want it to do, what they want you to do. You have to trust in yourself and believe that you can do whatever you want to do in the best way that fits for you. And you know, I could have people, telling me day in and day out, you're doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong. But if I know I'm doing it right, I think that it's really important for me, at least, to know that that's really all that matters, is that I know that I'm doing right. And that impact, that's kind of been the impact of that change, really. It's just given me a new way of, appreciating myself and how I think, instead of letting other people inform how I think of myself and how I think.
Wow. Well, we've talked about your perspective and your view of yourself, and we are running out of time. So, to bring this interview to a wonderful close, what do you wish people understood more about you?
What a good question. Um, what I wish, wow, what do I wish people would understand about me more? Um, I think for me, it's that it's it's okay, if you're meeting someone new. It's okay that if you don't really understand how I think, there's nothing wrong with that. It's more so about figuring out how we can work together to get an outcome we both want. I feel like just because my thinking is different doesn't mean I'm stubborn. It's just different. And so I really like making sure that I really want to make sure people understand that, whether it's me or someone else they knew, it's okay if someone were like something doesn't go exactly the way you expect, as long as you're, patient and understanding and getting to a result you both want. It's all good.
Well, I want to thank you for taking time to speak with me, letting me learn a little bit more about your story. It was a pleasure to meet you and talk to you.
Yeah, thank you again for having me, and I hope to be here again soon.